All right, today we're gonna start um, putting on these terminals on these wires. I took the battery out. It was giving me a hard start once the engine is warmed up, and what it was is the screws were loose. I already took the battery out. These screws were loose. These two. This was fine, and these two, they felt fine, but I could shake the wire and pull it out real slow. And the way you can tell these screws were loose is I put my laser temperature thermometer on them, and this one, the negative, was getting up to 190 degrees. This one was staying at about 90 degrees, but the engine was already running, so the temperature was up on it. So I'll show you how I do these. Same way I have it done on most of my little things that I play with, the little one over here. But we'll go ahead and start it up. Oh, well, you'll be needing a torch, some solder, flux, carburetor cleaner, because these has some grease on it, so I'm gonna have to clean it up. And since I'm doing it in the engine bay, I'm gonna have to hold that terminal down while I do everything. And I have some rags to clean up the wires. But I'm gonna start and then get back to it. All right, I got the wires cleaned up. All that grease that they had on them. I'm actually gonna be putting this one back on because I don't know what time it ever got on or what did I put it on for, but I'm going to put it back on. This one here, it's clean, but it's like it was getting burnt from just being loose. So and now you just have to wait because I used the brake cleaner, cleaned up. So I'm just waiting for it to air out because I can still smell it in the air. So I wouldn't want to start up a torch right now. But I'll go back and start up. All right. I put flux on this one. That's the flux I'm using. Lead free. I put some flux on that. And inside, that's the positive terminal. Make sure you have the right one before you put this in, because getting them out, you have to have something that holds it in place. So you can heat it up till it gets soft again, and you can pull this back out. It takes a while. It's quicker putting it in than taking it out. It's cold, so you could put this out in the sun and let it melt down a little bit. It's a lot easier to work with. I'll go ahead now, put the torch right around here, right at the top area. It builds up your heat a lot quicker. And then just start feeding in the solder. Just start feeding it in until you see it come out, and that's it. Just let it cool down. You're done. All right. Okay. Start. Okay. Focus on this. Start to get hot. Almost ready. side is full. Alright, pour it out. That's all you need. Then just let it cool. Alright, when I'm all done, I cleaned up terminals, took off these off of it. I don't even know when I put those things on. Go ahead, you clean metal, make sure it's all metal. Spin one direction. Get the other one. Yeah. Even though these are new, I still clean them out too. Same thing, one direction. Yep, clean on the inside. Then I use this right here. Doesn't build up that corrosion on the terminals, and I just put it on just like you can put on any other battery. So, thanks for watching. All right, that's everything in, tightened up. That's what that thing looks like. It's like a golden color, like slightly used oil, but then it gets it dries up and it just stays there. So after you get all that done, walk over, get your keys. Get your keys, hop on in, check. Yeah, well, you'll have to set your radio all back over again. But thanks for watching. Alright. Number 1 is done. Getting ready for number 2. Push the wires in. They have the flux on it already. Start to heat.